Hey guys, welcome to Motoroids. My name is Amit and this is the new 7th generation M5, one of my all-time favorite cars. I will give you a quick overview of what to expect from this machine, and if you have a little over 2 crore rupees to spare, why you should be buying this. Well, to start off, this comes with a massive 4.4 liter V8 engine with 727 stonking horsepower, 1000 Newton meters of torque, and 0 to 100 time of only 3.5 seconds. Top speed which is in excess of 300 kilometers. The legendary M5, the car which epitomized sleeper cars in its prime and inspired a lot of other car makers to make cars that went like the stink without looking very different from the stock cars. So it's a full-blown family car. You can travel around with your family in this machine. It has a trunk, and when you take it on the track, this is going toe-to-toe with the best of the Porsches. So that's the legacy of this car. This is in its 7th generation. A few details. The grille that you see here, let me just show you, is illuminated. Well, this looks amazing. That grille is an active unit. Just look at the lower bumper, how aggressive that is. And those headlights too look absolutely stunning. If you look closely, the wheel sizes are different at the rear and up front. The front wheel here is a 20-incher while the rear one is a 21-inch. But what you should really be interested in is the fact that this is a hybrid, and that 1000 Newton meters of stonking torque that it produces is in part by virtue of that hybrid power as well. Struts, of course, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the 4.4 liter V8 engine that sounds like heaven. It also gets cross braces, it gets reworked suspension, it gets a carbon fiber roof. Now this is not necessary, you'll have to pay extra for this, but if you really want, you can have a panoramic sunroof as well. But driving an M5 and having a panoramic sunroof doesn't go hand in hand, I would say. So if I were you, I would definitely go with the carbon fiber roof. You can see that there are carbon fiber bits on the ORVM as well. And coming towards the rear, it's as aggressive at the rear as it is at the front. And I'm pretty sure, looking at those exhausts, you want to listen to how this beauty sounds as well. Let's fire this baby up. Now, since we have limited time, let's quickly have a look at the interior also. And it's very different from the standard BMW 5 Series, as you can see. And you have this M button here. Start-stop button is also very different. And you have a lot of different modes. You have the M mode, you have the setup mode, you have the M hybrid. And you also would see this boost pedal here. So it also comes with the boost function. It also gets the M1 and the M2 pedals, which basically take you to your specific M settings the moment you want at the flick of a button. There is tons of carbon fiber elements on the dash as well as on the door panels, and just look at the upholstery as well. This can obviously be specified in a theme of your choice. It gets an HUD. All in all, this is a very differentiated experience as compared to your regulation 5 Series, and it does feel very, very special. Let me just press this button and show you how this whole thing lights up when you press the hazard button. This is similar to what you have on the normal 5 Series, but it does make for a very dramatic effect. Have a look at the back seat as well. It's as practical as your everyday car. It is stiff. Let me just tell you, it's not as soft, but in terms of space, there is absolutely no dearth of leg room, knee room, head room. Even if you're a 6-footer, there is absolutely no problem, and you can travel around in this car with your entire family. The time is less, so I cannot really let you know all the details, but let's hit the track and see what this baby can do. You can clearly listen to the V8 burble on this car. The exhaust and the engine sound on this car is very different from everything else. And this time I'm going to wait for some gap to be created between me and the car ahead. This one is not as loud as the M2, but it has that bassy note to it. You gotta love the V8 burble. here. Since it's a curated drive, you have to follow the rules and you have to be in a convoy. So the trick is just to slow down a little bit and let the traffic ahead create a gap so that you can really go bonkers when you have some space left ahead. Let's go. Really had to brake really hard on that one, but that was fun. Thing is, this is a full-fledged sedan. Like, it can carry a family of 4 without any problem. It's got a big trunk and it's heavy, but it belies its size, its weight, its dimensions. It's always been one of my favorite cars, and every single time I've driven it, I've known why. It truly is a wolf in a sheep's clothing, man. Although with time, the M5 is more and more differentiated with its 5 Series version.
Going down to get the corner together before we enter the pit.
And this one has a wide body kit, which is as much as 75 mm wider up front and about 48 mm wider at the rear. Gets bigger wheels, bigger tires. Of course, it looks more menacing, gets the whole M package, but boy, is it a hoot to drive. All-wheel drive, hybrid torque of 1000 Newton meters. What an experience. Absolutely mind-blowing. And right behind me now is the M2, and it's just amazing when you switch from the biggest car of the lot to the smallest of the lot. The difference is so very clear, because a beautiful handler the M5 might be, but the weight savings and the smaller size that you have on the M2 has its advantages, and it's all too clear, man. The moment you switch from a bigger car to a smaller car, from a heavier car to a lighter car, you can clearly make it out. Well, the difference is all too clear, not just in terms of the way this car drives. The acceleration is manic on this one, but the V8 rumble that you have, it may not be as loud as the M2, but the throatiness and the bass that you have coming out of that V8 is amazing. Also, the torque is phenomenal, and this car is unshakable. It definitely feels heavier, especially since I moved from the M2 to this car. Feels heavier, but oh my god, the stability is unbelievable. And even while you're trying to take it off the line by sliding it a little bit, the kind of control that it shows is amazing. And for such a big and heavy car, it has no business driving like the way it did. I touched 260 on the back straight, and I could have done more, but there were cars ahead. Didn't feel like I was going too fast. The price starts at 1.99 crore rupees, and if you have the dough, if I were you, if I had that money, I would buy this car in a blink. This has been my dream car. Ever since I was a child, I literally worshipped it, and I always feel a sense of divinity every single time I am behind the steering wheel of this car. I really hope that you liked this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe to Motorids, and until next time, this is your friend Amit Changani signing off. Signing off from Buddh International Circuit. Rev hard, rev free, and drive safe.